I mean, I guess we should talk about what we were supposed to talk about today. And the 11 o'clock hour, right? We're going to talk about the Spider-Verse sequel or something like that.
We could, yeah.
Is that
you can
the
do
plan?
whatever you want, man.
You just sold me hard on it.
Yeah,
well, are we debating the best Spider-Man movie or the best Spider-Man?
The best Spider-Man movies, because Collider did their list.
Gotcha.
And a lot of people were like, what?
Okay, I'll pull up the Collider list.
Let's tease that and let's do it at the 11 o'clock hour.
We can do it at
Well, I'm going to leave,
Oh,
so
so
I'm going to get
forget
my,
it. Then let's do it right.
I'm
Hey
gonna get
guys,
my
listen.
thoughts in.
If you're listening at home right now, we're winging this. We're flying by the seat of our pants. Let's go into it. Best Spider-Man movies, because we were talking about it in the office yesterday.
Yeah, it came up on the list, and there was like there's stuff that's out of order in my mind. So it's like, what does everybody think? You've seen the Spider-Man movies, except Spider-Verse.
I have not seen Spider-Verse.
How do I find this list?
But,
I'm going to pull it up for you, Roxy.
I mean, based solely on everybody's reaction and Cobster's reaction yesterday when I was talking to him about it, it's pretty good. Right,
It's pretty
Cobster?
good. Cobster's not here.
He has not seen it.
Oh, okay.
He has not
it
seen
was
it.
pretty good.
And you liked it, Cody?
I did.
Because you were in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it...
Wait, did you say Copster's not seen it, or did you say Copster's not here?
Cobster's working on something else right now.
Yeah.
And but he's here.
Cody's running the show and Alex is in the booth, correct?
Correct.
So according
Now
to
we know where everyone is.
According
Gotcha.
to Collider.com, they have the first Spider-Man movie, the first Tobey Maguire film, is #1 all time on their list, and then they have Spider-Verse, I believe, and then they have Spider-Man 2. So for me, I think
crazy.
Spider-Verse is the best Spider-Man movie I've ever seen.
Okay.
I think it's the best movie. I don't even know what I have. Probably have Homecoming, but I really like the Amazing Spider-Man with Andrew Garfield.
Are you
the
joking
first one.
me?
So
You're
that is
joking.
I am not funning you. I'm not joshing you.
Mark,
I'm not
come on.
yanking your
Mark,
chain.
You're
Why
better
don't they
than
have
this.
numbers?
I'm not tugging your crank.
Mark, you're
Well, there's
better.
not. I mean, it's just go from. So this is the
Tugging
worst.
my crank. That's pretty funny.
Okay, that's the worst, and this is the best. Compared what to the wait? Yes.
No,
Okay.
No, honey. Yeah,
Really good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you got it.
good,
You got it.
good.
Yeah.
I wish they
All
had
right,
numbers.
so here's what I would say, and I haven't seen Spider-Verse yet. Let me just ask a question about Spider-Verse because you guys have been talking
go
about this,
ahead,
and I keep seeing to miss the shows where you guys go into depth in Spider-Verse.
It is animated.
It is. This I understand. And somebody yelled at me on Twitter yesterday that animation is a medium and anybody can enjoy it, which I totally agree. I like animated movies. I'm just saying I don't like anime. That's what I don't.
Oh,
like.
yeah.
That's all.
Still a broad statement.
Yes, it's fine.
I did
But
fine.
how do you feel
Spider-Verse
about
isn't
There
anime.
they come.
how do you feel
I
about
know, but I'm-
Aunt May?
A big fan of
Marissa
Tomei. It's Aunt May.
Thank you.
I just may down by the bay. Eat some hay.
Not with anime.
Yeah, not with anime.
Checks out.
Nicely
So
done.
would they have been able to do Into the Spider-Verse?
Live action?
Correct.
No.
I don't think so.
Fat no. Porky? No.
Would it cost more than $90 million, which
Okay.
is what Spider-Verse cost.
Okay.
And Spider-Verse, that animation took like 2 years to get to finish because it's different styles of animation. Like sometimes it feels like you're actually like flipping pages of a comic book, and there's a lot of things that. Here's what I'll say though: is that there's other animated movies that I watched, and I'm like, there's no way that could ever be live action.
Right.
I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility that they could have made Spider-Verse live action. Spider-Ham would have been tough.
Okay.
But it would have cost a shit ton more money than it did. But sometimes it's fun to have it animated because it just lets the audience know, hey, we're freewheeling and having fun with the canon here because it's all these different Spider people. And if it's live action, I think it does have some sort of confusion with the fan base. And they're like, well, is this in the MCU? Is
Right.
What is
And that's what I'm saying. Like, could Into the Spider-Verse, would that fit in the MCU? Like, would they be able to put that into the MCU?
I don't think that would have been the problem with it. I just think there were too many characters and wacky moments, like boom, 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 like when people are flying.
It's
and
very
doing things.
funny.
It's funny, and I would lose that in live action.
Okay.
Because when things like that happen in live action, you're like, oh, is somebody seriously getting hurt right now? But when something's a drawing, you're like, oh, yep, you can do that. And then also because there were so many different characters, it's easier to have those VO actors. They got some big people because they're phoning it in literally. So
Yeah.
I think with the bigger budget, but I don't think it would have been better live action. I think it would have been worse and more expensive.
Agreed.
Well,
Got
there's
it.
like
Okay.
also a set piece at the end that's like pretty big. I
Yeah,
would
I don't
say
know how they
so.
would've
Like when
done
you
that.
transfer that to live action, would that pump the budget a bit.
It's throughout the movie.
Yeah, it'd be an incredibly expensive movie to make. To Josh's question, I don't think that this movie would fit in the MCU. I don't think the MCU honestly would want it in there because the MCU is so particular about what story they're telling. But again, that's the fun of Spider-Verse, is that it doesn't have to stick to, oh, okay, but now this has to tie into Doctor Strange 2, or now this has to set up the Black Widow movie. And it's like, you can just be its own thing. And that's where the humor comes in for me, where it's like, if it doesn't link up exactly with the mythology, that's okay too, because we're having fun with this while staying, it stays very loyal to the character of Miles Morales. So this is more of a character movie that is faithful to those characters than it is to any sort of larger universe that you're building up. It's fun messing with the multiverse, and that's the plot of the movie, is that all these different Spider people get launched into this one world where there's all these parallel universes. So like
that's why I think it would have fit in, because parallel universes, and also because of the villains in it.
I mean, yes, you could have wedged it in, but I don't think that anybody would want to see it.
Yeah, I agree.
But like, I love that. Do you guys buy into that concept at all? Getting into a larger discussion, we're all going to pass around a joint now. Is that there's a parallel universe where there's another Collider Live going on right now?
I don't think so, but I really hope so.